Hey everyone, welcome to part 2 of my South Africa trip series. Now I know you all are wondering what was waiting for you and your group when you exited Table Mountain. Well, when we got back to the van, standing next to TC was a South African woman and her 2 sons, along with a table filled with authentic South African handcrafted souvenirs. Not things made in China or anywhere else, but by this woman and her sons. So of course, we shopped with her as TC had basically curated our own personal gift shop experience. When our group was done, she had sold almost all of her merchandise. This lady was so grateful that she was moved to tears. I remember her exclaiming, "Thank you, America! Praise God! Now my family and I shall have bread for 3 months." Now there's a backstory here. TC told us that during the apartheid regime, the folks in the gift shop would come out, kick over her table, break some of her things, and basically chase her off the mountain, making it difficult for her to earn a living in her own country. For those of you who may not be familiar, apartheid in South Africa was very similar to the Jim Crow era of segregation here in the United States. The difference is, in South Africa, you had a small white minority that invaded the country and oppressed an African majority, whereas here in America, Black Americans are the minority. This really put things into perspective for me because I actually spent the most that day, which was 70 Rand. In 2004, 70 Rand was equivalent to almost 500 US dollars. Tack that on to what my fellow wine group members spent, and you can understand why this lady was so grateful. We truly economically fortified her that day. And TC made sure that we did it. We also took a trip to Robben Island. Now, to get to Robben Island, you have to take a ferry. Robben Island is the prison where Nelson Mandela and other freedom fighters who were resisting apartheid were kept. When we arrived, we were greeted by a gentleman who was also captured and imprisoned at Robben Island along with Nelson Mandela and others. He told us what the experience was like there as a prisoner. Everything from how they were fed, how they were treated, how the guards tampered with their communications and letters from their wives and other family members, how they had to work in the rock quarry. But he also told us about a very young boy who was sent there. Now, during his lecture, he asked a question. How old do you think this boy was who was imprisoned here, the youngest prisoner at Robben Island? Well, a white woman from another tour group who was there asked a very insensitive and tone-deaf question. It made me quite angry. What do you think that question was? And how do you think I handled it? I'll let you guys know next week.